Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, John the Date Dr. Clark, and I want to come back and talk to you all for a little bit. It's been a while. I've had a few things that I've been working on in reference to my projects, lifestyle, working on private practice things, writing some more books. But y'all, I'm definitely in the making. I definitely got some things up my sleeve. But y'all, I want to talk about COVID for a second. Did it affect your relationship? Did it affect your marriage? Did it make you see things differently? Do you feel like it kind of overpowered your relationship? Do you feel like it kind of caused some toxic things to take place? Do you feel like it caused quite a bit of turmoil in your relationship or even your marriage? I want you all to take heed of what I'm getting ready to tell you. We were used to a lifestyle of going out to different restaurants. We were used to a lifestyle of going out being lavish, going out to the club, buying out the bar, going to different restaurants, having fun, going to the movie theaters. Do you all get what it is that I'm saying? But if you think about it this way, what if they all stopped? What if we were strongly encouraged, strongly forced to stop doing those things that we once thought brought peace and once brought happiness into our relationship or into our marriage? What if something was unfortunate put in place that kind of caused us to not be able to live those lifestyles for a while? And then we have COVID-19. Now, y'all, I'm not one of those folks that's going to say, hey, it must be some type of superstition, must be some type of conspiracy. That's not what this video is about. But what this video is about is what we've allowed to take place in our relationships, what we've allowed to take place in our marriage, what we've allowed to overtake, to overpower, to conquer, to destroy in our relationship. Y'all, we've stopped doing those things, of course, because COVID-19 definitely took over. And we were no longer allowed to do those things. But what about your relationship? What about your marriage? Because COVID-19 took away those privileges, does that mean that we don't have a creative bone in our spirit? Does that mean that we're in a relationship for the wrong reasons? Does that mean that we should stop loving each other? Does that mean we should stop being creative? Does that mean that we should sit back and be lazy and do nothing to keep the peace, to keep the happiness? Is that what it means? Does it mean that we should now have a heck of a lot more trouble? We should not be as transparent anymore? Does that mean that we should start distancing ourselves from each other? Does that mean that we feel like we have nothing else in common because COVID-19 took away a lot of those privileges and a lot of those fun things? No, y'all. That's not what it means. I realize that at one time we had a very limited concern. We had a very limited thing that we had a set of limited things that we were allowed to do since COVID hit us. But y'all, that does not mean that we should stop loving each other. That does not mean that it's the end of the world for our relationship. That doesn't mean that, we can no longer do anything fun in our relationship or our marriage. This is what it means, y'all. It means that we now need to be creative. It means that we now need to be creative. It means that we now need to start taking a step back and realize that, hey, we can actually save some money right now. It means that we can start coming together. It means that we can start coming together. It means that we can start coming together to learn and to practice how to communicate effectively to each other. It means that we no longer have to be in the courthouse arguing our points to the jury. It means that we no longer have to do those things anymore. Because when we're in court trying to argue things, and I'm giving an analogy in reference to how couples these days have conversations. So work with me. So it does not mean that we need to be in court arguing a point, trying to figure out who's going to be a loser and who's going to be a winner. Y'all, that's not what we do. COVID wants it to take place that way because it feels as though that because we're limited on different things, that we have nothing else better to do but to fuss and to fight. I come here to tell you that that's not just an option. That's not what I want you all to have in your spirit. That's not what I want you all to have in your mission, y'all. Think about what it is that I'm saying. Just because we're limited, or just because society has limitations on what they feel like we should be doing, does not mean that your relationship should be limited. It does not mean that your marriage should be limited. It does not mean that you should be limited. Don't do what it says that COVID-19 is going to bring, all this displeasure and this discomfort. Don't pay no mind to that. What COVID is going to do is going to bring you two closer. It's going to make you all fight differently. It's going to make you all get along better than you ever have. It's going to make sure you all enjoy your quality time together. It's going to really show why we're really together in our relationship. It's really going to help us overall. It's going to help us date more. It's going to help us be a heck of a lot more creative than we ever have been. It's going to help us pray more together, pray with each other and because each other. It's going to make us rekindle different things. It's going to make us have those, rekindling moments, those spicy moments. It's going to make us want to do better in our relationship. It's going to force us to try a heck of a lot harder. So y'all, I want you all to focus on changing the narrative in your relationship. I want you all to focus on changing the narrative in your marriage. Who cares if everything has been prematurely shut down? Your relationship isn't shut down. Your marriage isn't shut down. So don't shut down. Keep the peace. Right now, y'all, the divorce rate has skyrocketed because of COVID. But COVID is just going to be COVID regardless. We have better choices we need to make, y'all. I see it on a daily basis. We have better choices we need to be making. Let's be in relationships and marriages for the right reasons. Let's focus on getting along. Let's keep things out of the courts. And I don't mean from a physical standpoint, but I mean from a moral standpoint. You can get along with your significant other without trying to figure out who's going to be a winner, who's going to be a loser. It's called compromising. It's called respect. It's called not trying to prove a point. It's called listening to each other. It's called communicating with each other. It's called we can start dating again. It's called we can start being very creative again. It's called because I want to love this individual. It's called trying your best not to fit into the narrative of what COVID wants things to look like. Who's ready to step into the plate and do better? I know I am. What has COVID-19 done for you and your relationship? All right, y'all. Again, this is your boy, John, the Date Dr. Clark. And just want you all to do some thinking about your friendships, about your relationships, but most importantly, about your marriages. What has COVID-19 done for you and your family and your friends and your loved ones? Y'all be safe out there. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you like it. Make sure you send to people in the DMs just in case, they might be going through some things. And if they ever need any services, tell them to look me up, www.thedatedoctor.com. All right, y'all, be safe out there and have a good one.